Hello and welcome back to day number 77 of the ongoing journey to 365 days. I'm Anna Delman, and today I was sitting at my work desk and I was thinking, it's Sunday, my day of reflection from the week before, thinking about what I can change and what I should have done differently so I can do better in the week ahead. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun if we had an eraser that we could just wipe out the things in the week before that we didn't like? And so as I was planning to write my note, it was looking at the week that just passed, the W-E-E-K. And as I was about to write it, I took my eraser and I wiped out the second E and I put in an A. So looking at the week, W-E-A-K, and then in small letters above it, weakness, and looking at the week that's just passed, just to really, what were those things, really consider, what were those things that I could have done better, could have done differently, put more thought into, to have just made it more of what it could have been, should have been, and would have been, and the results that was. So as I'm looking back at the week, I pulled up my little notes from my Spiky platform, and last Monday was day 71, and my challenge was, let's look at being diligent. So what is being diligent, and what did I share then? From my note, it's the being unwavering in your commitment to yourself, to pursue and keep going irrespective of what comes around you. It's the persistence you need to cultivate those things in your life until they become a habit. Radical change in your life, or trying to get your life back on track after a season of it being distracted, you need to be persistent until those things are restored to be your daily habit. It takes a lot of commitment and a lot of diligence and persistence to do that. So you have to pay attention to detail, to the specifics, and you've got to clearly understand the particulars of your functioning, of why you're doing the negative things you're doing, and what you need to do, the stops along the way, to prevent you from moving towards that outcome that's not good for you. So it needs a commitment to do that. It's a determination, a deep down gut-driven determination to keep going no matter what. Be diligent. Pursue excellence. Your excellence. What's excellent for you, not for your neighbor, somebody else in your family. What is the best for you and excellent for you in that moment, in your day, in the season of your life? For each of us, it's going to be different. Now, that is not leaving you open to making excuses, not at all. It's an honest reflection. It's a constant effort to do what is right for yourself, to have that end result that you want. Day 72 was let's talk about being resolute. And to be resolute is that steely, stubborn, relentless, unwavering characteristics that you are possibly rebirthing in your life. However, to stay resolute, to stay committed, you need enthusiasm and you need initiative. What are those fun things you can do? Little fun things along the way, taking a brief break, listening to the birds, whatever in your environment is something that's uplifting for you to stay resolute is what you need to do. You need to be consistent, and you need to know what your source is for the resolutions you're building in your life. What is it that go back to, that thing that you can circle back to, that is going to encourage you every moment, every day? Sure, you're going to slip up. Sure, you're going to need to take an eraser and wipe something off, or really, why did I do that? What is that something that you have resolved to return to each and every time and to repattern your responses or the triggers? What do you trust in beyond yourself that can undergird you and be the platform, the foundation that you are able to do that? That is what will drive your perseverance. Okay, and to talk about perseverance in more depth, keeping your eye on the goal, the outcome you want because of the need and the reason you're cultivating changes in your life. What is the reason you are persevering? What is that outcome you want? Take a good look at it, even write it out and post it up somewhere, or carry it deep within you. So it needs a constant diligence, and it needs the constant diligence so that you can be invigorated, strengthened, productive, and achieving in your life. That's what we discussed on day 73. You need to be rigorous to the extreme to stick to the goal. Now those words might sound a little bit harsh. How can you be rigorous if you're giving yourself grace, etc.? Sure, we are going to, as I said, have setbacks. It's that rigorous force. You pull yourself back to the center so that your perseverance can be ongoing. And then day number 74, it was like, okay, sometimes we get to the point where we are working hard on our daily progression. We are persevering, but we get tired and we think, is there another way to do it? Now for you, you may think this is the time I am checking out. I'm not going to stay on this course anymore. What alternate plan do you have to make the radical changes in your life? Do you have encouragement along the way? Are you following somebody or being counseled by somebody or encouraged by somebody who can say, hang in there, keep going? What are you doing to enforce the radical changes? What is that support system around you? Do you have another philosophy, another foundation, another platform on which to stand to keep you going? Something that you can circle back to hold you to the perspective and that long-term goal that you have, the outcomes that you want. Some of your goals may be more short-term, and that's okay. But what is it? What is the best way for you to do it? What are you looking for? If you're not sure, we went through the book of Proverbs, just picked a verse for each day of the month of July. Go back and read through that. Allow that to start informing your foundation of who and what you can be and how to respond to those difficulties in life. It will keep calling you back to wisdom, to understanding, to knowledge. Do you have all of that in your life so that you may structure effectively? You can do it. We can do it, and I know we can. So day number 75, I encouraged, let's have some tranquil tasks. Not every day has to be up there and charged and actively pursuing everything. Tranquility is also a pursuit, which is the calming circumstances in life that encourages us to stay the course. It's a breath of fresh air. What are those things that you enjoy doing? You don't need to go out and spend and, have, as people say, retail therapy. You go out and you buy and you spend. Not at all. I delight in nature, wind in the trees, the moving of the leaves, wind through grass, hearing the birds chirp, seeing cloud formations, just being in awe of nature and what's around me. Critters running around. I just delight in seeing them. Them play fighting. It's a delight. Hearing the different bird calls. Those are the tranquil things in life that encourage us that there is goodness, that we need to be on the lookout. It provides to you the peace beyond understanding. Now, sure, and all the time I've been sharing on YouTube, I've insisted that it's the inner cultivation that allows us to pursue through everything. And I've reminded over and over and over that it's the inner platform, the inner foundation. And I stick to that. That is what I do believe in. However, at the same time, the outer tranquility reminds us of what is the requirement for inner tranquility. It's the peacefulness of the outside side, and for me, it's in awe of God's creation, which reminds me He did all those things of remarkable beauty for me to appreciate. And if He can take such good care of His creation and allow us to see His glory in it, how much more should that not remind me to have that peace beyond understanding in my core that my platform is built on? Wow, He is remarkable. So always the outer, what we see in nature, what those tranquil moments are, should bring us back full circle to what the true source of it all is. So that is day number 75. And then day number 76, what's the opposite of the wonderful tranquility we know in our life? It's grudges, it's the nastiness, it's the petty things in relationships. Life happens, right? So as I was thinking more about grudges that people hold against one another, I thought about, where have I known the greatest grudges in my life? Grudges towards me, and that set my life on a different path. And they were rooted in what I knew as, and what somebody once said that they had. They were very jealous of me and my life experiences, etc. Now you can go back to day 76 for that, but grudges and jealousy are cousins. They are very different, but when they are united, boy, oh boy, you do see that they are related strongly. When jealousy is fed by an assumed offense and somebody thinks that you are out to get them or out to belittle or humiliate them, or you were personifying the reason they were jealous of you and being prideful and arrogant, their grudge that grows is like a forest on fire. It is fed so deeply and with so much fuel, and all that fuel is within them. And when that has caught fire, you are not going to find a way to overcome that. It is best, as I did say in Romans 12:18, it says, if possible, as much as it depends on you, to jump into somebody else's burning brush fire and the backdrafts that are caused by that is not a good thing. You need to just walk away. Leave them to either fizzle out, or through their jealousy and their grudges, keep it burning for as long as they need it to. You can't change it. So, if you are one who's been caught up in another's jealousy and grudges, I'm sorry, it's not a good place to be. It's a horrible place to be, and we all know that. The only thing that, as I've said, is that you just walk away. You don't stay in a forest fire. Furthermore, when somebody is that discontent with you and they believe they are justified, I did say it goes back to explanations from the book of Proverbs, where once they have made an assessment of a situation and they speak openly about it to others, Proverbs says that they are a fool. And then if you did do a dive into the explanation of that in the book of Proverbs, you would understand even more why you just need to take a step back and keep going on your way. So that is the week in review, and I will be back tomorrow morning with day number 78 and a continuation of what it requires of me to keep my life moving forward. Yesterday was August the 2nd, and yesterday was my anniversary of having surgery. Yay. It was quite a recovery. It has been a long recovery, and I'm thankful to God for the provision of a surgical team who did that and gave me back my life. So to them, not that they'll be watching, if I ever have the opportunity to thank them personally and individually, I would love that day to come. Maybe one day it will. Take care and God bless until tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.